different. I'm going to try to talk a little bit while I'm riding about some of the reasons why I like the D606. And the Motoz Tractionator intermediate terrain. Tires have been on my bike since winter of last year. I've got about 2,000 miles on them. And I'm going to put a little clip in of the tread depth, I think. But they're really holding up well. But there are some downsides. I really like them for what I do. They work well. But I found that they tend to work better in dry stuff than they do in the wet stuff. They tend to just slide around in the wet stuff. And for a guy like me that I'm not really a hard rider, I'm wondering if it's maybe that I'm just not aggressive enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're a good tire and they work well for me whenever it's dry out. But you start adding some slippery rocks and slippery roots and stuff like that, and they don't necessarily hold up. Now I will talk about longevity. Longevity, I've got on the D606, well actually on both of them, I've got about 2,000 miles, and I will say that this 2,000 miles, a lot of that, and I don't like to admit it, is road. To get to wherever I want to ride, I have to ride road. It's just one of those things that do. Alright, so where did I leave off? So the D606s are a hard compound, really hard. And in my opinion, that's what makes the longevity of them so good, is that they're a nice hard compound. Like I said, I've got 2,000 miles on them, and I'm very happy with them. But running about 10 psi all the time, I guess I'm on a lightweight dual sport, but they're so hard. I mean, even the sidewalls are hard. I made the mistake of not doing the tire change in the spring or in the summer, and the sidewalls were really hard to get on. Or I mean, yeah, beads were really hard to get on the sidewalls. So that's just kind of my input. I mean, honestly, if I had to buy them again, I would. I like the tires, but if that was the only option. But I'm going to try something else. I think I started talking about the front tires, but on the flip side, the front tires are definitely definitely a keeper for me. I mean, I don't have a really good basis of what's a good front tire and what's not, but I can tell you that the TKCs came factory on this thing. Alright, so I don't have a good basis for front tires on what works and what doesn't, but I can tell you the TKCs that I had on here before I did not like. They wore out quick, especially for what is supposed to be a more road-oriented impressed with the TKC 80s or TCK or whatever they are, Continentals. Not impressed with those at all. And the Motoz Tractionator IT fronts really impressed me for how they hold. How they hold traction, how they hold tread. Wow. All right. But here in my ramblings, saw me struggling up that hill, and most of that was probably my fault. I hope I got all that on video. Well, most of it anyway. But I'm not the most aggressive rider. I'm not the most experienced rider. I'm sure you guys have seen in my videos. But while the D606 does work, it works well, and it's a hard tire. It's in the slippery surfaces that I found, I didn't care for it too much. And this is northeast, or I'm sorry, this is Western PA, central Western PA. Middle Western PA. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go here, from here. This is kind of a for me, it definitely doesn't excel in the wet stuff. Of course, I could be. Alright, so I think I mentioned about all I can think of that I like and dislike. I mean, the Motoz IT definitely works well in the front. The back, I'm not so convinced. Might be for a heavier bike, it might be alright, but I'm going to try Motoz ITs in the front and the back. If I don't like them, or if they get really crappy mileage, then I'm just going to switch back. But talk to you guys later.